Hello student. Today's our topic is exception in Java. We have already uploaded the material in form of PDF for 16/4/2020 in a Google Classroom, and there was a very good interaction session through WhatsApp interaction, and you are good through your assignments. I must say that the student of electricals are at par with the concept and effort with CSE IT student for IT sector. So now let's come to the topic. What is the concept behind exception? So far we know compiler always indicate us before creating a dot class file through compilation about errors. Errors are syntax related mistake which compiler detect and do not give permission for further proceed that we know. Exception are runtime errors after dot class file. Runtime errors will produce unexpected result or may lead to abrupt termination of system. That's why we need to handle these things for a robust system. Here lies the utility to deal with. Java provides a beautiful concept in form of exception, and the process is called exception handling. So there are two types of errors. One, compile time errors. It is mainly syntactical errors which compiler can detect. Another is runtime error, that is exception, which is mainly logical or developer a problem that we have to handle. So there are some common runtime errors like dividing an integer by 0, accessing an element that is out of bound of an array, passing a parameter that is not in a valid range for a method, converting invalid string to a number, attempting to use a negative size for an array. From this point we can understand that these are nothing to related with syntax, but these are some logical mistakes. So to deal with this, what we have to do, when such runtime errors are encountered, a runtime environment generate an error message throws an exception and aborts the program. Again I am repeating, when such runtime errors are encountered, Java runtime environment generate an error message, throws exception and aborts the program. How many categories are there for exception? Exception can be categorized into two types. Number one, checked exception. These exceptions are explicitly handled in the code itself with the help of developer exception handling mechanism. These are extended from java.lang.exception class. Number two is unchecked exception. These exceptions are out of developer knowledge, not handled in program code at the compile time. Java handled these types of exception from java.lang.runtime exception class. So now we can understand that these exceptions are not good for a program, and if there is uh, uh, any probability from a code segment which will going to create an exceptional situation, we have to tackle it. So now from this example we'll try to get a concept what will happen if there is no exception handler, and how we can handle it with a proper exception handler. Okay, so we are going to create a class e.java. Within the class we are going to we are going to frame a code segment, public static void main string args. Here we are taking some integer and initialize with some preliminary values like a equals to 10, b equals to 5, c equals to 5, and we are trying to find the value of x. X equals to a divided by b minus c. As you see that the value of b equals 5 and c equals to 5 there, so you are going to make division by 0. It is nothing but developer mistake. There is no problem with the syntax. So here the next instruction we are going to print the value of x, and after that again we are calculating the value of y. Here the code segment is like that, a equals to b plus c, and try to print the value of y. Then closing on the parenthesis, ending the class. Now after we try to compile these things, we will see that following things are happen. The above program is syntactically correct, no problem during the compilation, but during execution it displays the following message and stops without executing further statement. That means whenever this logical error will occur, Java runtime system will produce a message and there will be no further execution. Like here java.lang.arithmetic exception, this is a part of arithmetic mistake because b minus c, there is already a inbuilt class, exception class arithmetic exception, and it will give the message java.lang.arithmetic exception by 0 at e.main, because the name of the class is e.main e.java line number 10. That will indicate, and there will be no further display, no further execution for y equals to a divided by b plus c, this is syntax, and we are not going to get any value of y. So now how we are going to deal with this? If we use try and catch block. What is try? Try is the exception object creator, and catch block exception handler. Statement that causes exception will put within the try block, and catch will deal with this as a exception handler. Statement that handles that exceptions, what try will do, try will throws the exception object, and catch will catch it like a fielder, and it will print the required thing and go for the further execution of the program. Try is a keyword. Try is a keyword preface a block of code that is likely to cause an error condition and throws an exception automatically. Catch keyword, it is a block of code which is used to handle the throw exception appropriately. So what we have to do, what is our duty, where जहाँ पे एरर का सुगंध आएगा हम लोग को लगेगा, that means where from we can sense the error code we will put within the try block, and that error will be handled in the catch block. Now how we can deal with this, we can overcome this problem. This code segment will establish that. Class example, public static void main string args. Again the values of variable admin has been initialized with some value, and then within the try we have put the exception code like x equals to a divided by b minus c. Here b minus c equals to 0, and this exception will be thrown. Try block will throw it, and catch will catch it in the form of arithmetic exception. Object is e, object reference, and within the catch block we are printing in form of system.out.println. This is a catch, this is a checked exception, and the next instruction is system.out.println division by 0 problem. In closing the catch, again for the further execution of the code, y equals to a divided by b plus c, and we are printing the value of y. So what will be the output here? Here the output will be, this is checked exception division by 0 problem. So the Java runtime exception, Java runtime system will give this perfectly compiled, and it will produce further execution, and the value of y will be produced in form of y. So from this discussion what we came to know, that the exception handler is needed for better writing, better development of code, where there will be, if any kind of logical problem, there will be no interruption, the process will be continued, just giving some message which will be produced from the catch block. So notice the program did not stops at the print of executional condition, print the message. The most importantly continues the execution by printing the value of y. So write your own example to establish the concept of exception handling process in Java. That is my request to you, and how we can deal with the multiple catch block follow in my next session, next lecture session. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you, student.